Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to our weekly Monday night call. And a couple people I just want to recognize that we've got on the call for the very first time is Megan Scannell. She is a brand new sales rep with us, and she is in Jane Riley's organization. Megan and I work together in medical sales. She was on my team for Highline when we had Highline, as well as when we were with RenRx doing the pharmacogenetic testing. So I'm very, very excited to have her on as part of the team. And I'm sure most of you saw the post I put up in our brand rep page, but I wanted to welcome her as well. So welcome, Megan.
Thank you, Shannon.
You're welcome. We had a great meeting today, actually, with an esthetician's office, and I'm sure they'll eventually come around. They kind of want to think about some patients that might be interested in the testing, but it was a really great meeting that she set up with, it's actually a plastic surgeon's office with an esthetician within the clinic itself. So I'm sure some good things will come from that. We also have Sherry McDaniel on the call with my mom, Cindy, and Sherry is a customer with us currently, but potentially might be thinking about jumping on and joining the team as a brand representative. So that's always exciting. So, and then we have Wendy as well. So welcome, Sherry. We're glad to have you on the call.
Okay, so thank you, Amy. Yeah.
And then we have Wendy Danskin too, who I'm super excited to see her jumping on the call. As we all know, life gets busy and crazy, so she's not always able to join us, but I know she's always there, and she's, definitely still part of the team and all that, but I'm just happy to see her on the call. And of course, all you other trusty team members that are always here with us joining us. So couple things I just want to remind you guys about, and then Jane, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I would like to get a little bit of your feedback and insight. I know you recently had an event that I helped you out with via FaceTime, and I just wanted you to kind of share maybe how you thought that event went and your experience with it, so other people might be open to that too as well. But before I have you do that, I just want to remind you guys that the sunscreen promotion is still going on, and that is until the end of this month. So definitely continue to be pushing that, sharing that, all that good stuff. I also wanted to show you guys, in case you didn't get a chance to see, but we got this Star Magazine here that has a little bit of information on hot skincare pick of the week, targeted skin, which was really exciting. What I'm going to try to do with these is get really nice copies made of the cover, as well as the page that has our little thing on there. I'm not sure who, that's Gigi Hadid. I'm like, who is that eating a sandwich? But I'm going to try to get copies of these made that are really nice, so I can email you guys those out if you want to take them, have them laminated. They're great to keep in like a folder or a binder. I have this just seafoam binder. I think I got it at, I don't know, maybe like Office Max or Staples or something, where they have sections with different colors of stuff, and you can literally buy everything seafoam green. And then I just keep like before and after pictures in there, stuff like that. I keep our pricing sheet in here too as well. I keep an order form for customers, the pricing sheet, as you can see. So they're just literally in just plastic sleeves. So I keep that with me kind of at all times if I go to a meeting or if I'm by my desk and I'm talking to someone, I need to reference something really quickly. So maybe we can get you guys really nice copies of these so you can take them, have them laminated, or just print it off. But this was the OK Magazine. I went to go to see if they were still on sale, and I happened to grab one more of these. There was just one left, so I have a feeling they're off the shelves already and back to wherever they go. But this one was a really nice one I absolutely love. And it's really kind of clever and unique because it says Gene, yes, skincare. I just thought that was really, clever. So it talks about the, 5-product kit here and just a little bit about, I know it's backwards, so it's probably hard for you guys to see, but it just talks about you can customize your style, your hair, and your makeup to put your best self forward, but why not do the same with your skincare routine? Targeted Skin is a revolutionary new line that analyzes your DNA to determine your unique skin type and then uses a proprietary algorithm to recommend a personalized batch of products, including moisturizers, toners, cleansers, sunscreens. So, and it just tells a little bit about how it works, and it obviously says for details, go to targetedskin.com. But the only bummer about what's in here is there's a little typo, and that's actually for the 5-product expanded kit. It should be $349, but still good press. So like I said, I'll try to get copies of these made for us so that I can email you guys the PDFs of that, and then y'all can have them. So that's really all that I wanted to share at this moment. And Jane, do you mind doing me a favor and just kind of sharing your experience of having me sort of FaceTime in? I know I'm putting you on the spot a little bit, but
Okay.
when we did that meeting, and you had, I think, four ladies there, and your son was there and your husband. So just kind of maybe, if you don't mind, sharing how you set that all up and what your experience was with having me call in and FaceTime and all that good stuff, if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I met up at my brother and sister-in-law's little coffee shop, and we just met in a little room. There were actually, I think, 6 of us. 3 were current customers of mine, and 3 were new ones, which the other 3 got DNA samples. And Dan was there to explain, but Shannon, you did an awesome job. Shannon just talked about the product, and then we, when Shannon was off, then we discussed it. Some people asked questions. I had excellent feedback. One of the ladies that I've talked to on and off about it, I gave her some sunscreen, and she said out loud that she absolutely loves the sunscreen. She works on a farm.
Oh, nice.
And always outside, and she's like, I love this sunscreen. Then another client of mine, she spoke too, which she just wrote a testimonial, because Dan was like, I want her testimonial because I want the doctor to see it. It has very bad asthma and allergies. And she's used Clinique for years and off and on things. She's tried everything, she said, but it has smells. Or the smells bother her. I mean, she literally can't use stuff. Well, I mean, I know ours smells good, but she said this is one of the first ones she's ever had. She's my age, 56. She says the first one she's ever had that it has not flamed her asthma.
Nice.
And Dan really liked that idea, and he wanted doctor to see that. And actually, she's only been on it 1 month, and she says, I have given up everything. I will never go back. And actually, today she just put in a vitamin A retinol and the peptide serum. She just ordered those today.
Awesome.
And
That's great.
she said, I am so sold on this. It's unbelievable. And then the other lady we did a DNA in, which I'm not bragging, but you know what I mean? Just people, how they know the skin. She's my aunt. And she was sitting beside me in the meeting, and she just came by yesterday, my house, or Saturday. We were out on the back deck, and she came out and saw us, and so she was just stopped me, and she got her DNA test taken, and she's getting the product. But she said, literally, she said, Jane, I was just sitting there as you were listening to Shannon, and she said, I just looked at you, and she said, I thought, gosh, her wrinkles are gone around her eyes. She looks smooth, and she said, I'm thinking, I think this will work. I think I like this. So, well, she got it. Well, then she proceeded to say though, she had looked it up online, pulled it up, and she said, Jane, I didn't realize though it was, 3-product kits, like $249. And, I'm living on retirement now. And she said, gosh, but so I explained to her, I said, well, Aunt Deb, one thing about it, once you get it, you only have to order like once every 2 months. Like you might get your cleanser 1 month and your, let's say your lotion another month. I said, I don't run out all in the same month. I order one product like a month or every 2 months. She said, oh, really? And I said, you might pay the most of like $52 a month. And she said, well, I can do that. So my people that are saying this is kind of expensive, I've been breaking it down and saying no. And then Ann was here, my daughter, and she spoke up and she said, Aunt Debbie, some of my stuff, I'm actually getting three months product out of it, 3 months. So that really, we need to push that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
and then
that's great. No, go ahead. Keep going.
Well, every one of them, I think the 3 that tested, I know they're going to start using because they've already contacted me about things. And then let's see, I had another client who's already on it, and she's already bought 2 more things. After she listened to you speak, she bought 2 more things.
That's
different things like eye cream and so your talk really helped because then it made them want those extra things. But you did great.
Well, thank you. That's very sweet of you. So to kind of give you guys an idea, and the reason why I wanted you to hear that was because, usually when I close out our calls, I always, tell you guys, reach out to me if you need anything, if you need me to do a 2-way call or 3-way call with someone, or you need to FaceTime me in a meeting or whatever. And Jane uses that, all the time. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I love that she is always like, hey, can you do this for me? And I'm like 100%. If I've got something going on, I'll make sure to rearrange it or, fix my schedule so that I can be there for you guys. So I always want you to know that is an availability. So what they ended up doing was Dan did an initial talk just about the company, and then they FaceTimed me in, and I talked specifically about the details of the product. So our different kits, different active ingredients in each one of the individual products. I talked about our non-genetic related products and went into significant detail on those. And then really sort of how it all ties in together. And it worked really well, I think. They ended up FaceTiming me through the computer, which was obviously a little easier for everyone else to see me, which worked out great. So I just wanted you guys to know that option is there, and it's available to you. So I know I'm not in each one of your guys' cities. Most of you that are on this call, I am, and I'm here to do meetings with you. But there's always that aspect too, is if you have an event or you have a time where you get together, or you have just 3 girls over at your house or 3 people over at your house, plug me in. Like, I'll just, I'm going to go through a short little presentation because I would like, Sherry to hear just how I do it. Wendy, it'll be a good refresher. And Megan, you heard me do it kind of today. It was a little bit different because we were talking to an esthetician. Shannon Gray, I'll be here. Good for you to hear it again too as well. And everybody else that's going to listen to this call a little bit later on. But, plug me in. I'll do my spiel and kind of go into details. And that's what I'm here for. There may be some questions that you guys might not know 100% or not feel comfortable answering. And usually I can, knock them all out of the park. So definitely, continue to use me as a resource. And one thing I'll mention that Jane does very, very well is that she just talks to everybody about it. I know we all have such an excitement about this company and the products and what we have to offer, because it's just so different and unique and exciting, and it works, oddly enough, but she just kind of talks to everybody about it. And one great thing that we can all be doing, and I know you guys all do this, but is to really listen to people, and they'll usually always give you some type of little insight or information to where you can plug in, let me tell you about Targeted Skin, or I have something that may interest you. Do you mind if I share it with you? And that's all it takes, is just a quick question of, hey, I'm a part of this company that we're genetics-based skincare company, and based on X, Y, and Z of what you said, do you mind if I share a little bit about it with you? It's very, very soft and not even feels like it's salesy at all. To give you an example, I've told you guys some of this story, but a couple weeks ago, I went to get a spray tan because I'm have tanorexia and I hate being white. I'm Irish and German, and so I'm practically translucent. But I went to get a spray tan the other day. It was probably a couple weeks ago, and the gal was explaining to me some of their products on the shelf because I was, looking for its neutralizer. Anyways, it doesn't matter. But she was explaining to me all the different ingredients and what they're good for in each one of their products on the shelf. And I was like, a light bulb went off, and I was like, oh my gosh, this girl will be perfect for Targeted Skin, because she's all into these different active ingredients that, help within their products. So I just mentioned something to her, and I told her, a little bit about who we are and what we do. And I said, it's a brand new company, but we just got partnered with Us Weekly, and they're doing a lot of great promotions for us right now and exciting press. And, would you mind if I emailed you a little bit of information? So I did, and she didn't email me back, but I went in on Friday to get another spray tan. And I happened to and as I was walking out, I just said, hey, thanks for, helping me today. And I said, I had my Targeted Skin hat on when I walked in, so I kind of felt like a nerd that I was like totally branding myself, but I was just like, whatever. I'm like, I hope you didn't think I did that on purpose. I just, because she was the same girl that was there that I had talked to previously. And she's like, no, actually, I'm glad that you brought it up because I wanted to talk to you about that. And she was like, is it one of those network marketing companies? And so I prepared myself already to be like defensive a little bit about network marketing, not defensive, but just to be prepared to answer her questions about network marketing. And so she says, is it one of those network marketing companies? And I said, actually, yeah, it is. And I said, we're having some great success and it's really exciting time for us. And so I said, yeah, it's direct sales. And so she said to me, well, I think I want to do that. And so she said, I want to start out as a customer, but I think it's something I definitely want to do because she manages this salon. I'm sure she makes, okay money, but we all always want to make more money. So, anyways, long story short, just kind of be aware of little, bits and pieces of information. I know my mom had it happen to her too on a golf course where someone was complaining about all the chemicals in a sunscreen or something that they were spraying on themselves or something along those lines. For time's sake purposes, I'm not going to have her share the story right now, but maybe next week she can. But that was a way for her to kind of introduce our sunscreen that has all natural ingredients, and it works phenomenally well. So just little key things like that you can pick up on that people might say to you, or you might just, visualize or see them doing. It's a way to just kind of open the conversation in a very easy, soft type of way. So one thing I want to do just really briefly is kind of roll through what I have for a quick presentation. If I'm talking to someone on the phone or, we're having a meeting like this and there's brand new people, obviously Sherry she's a customer already. She knows how the process works, but I'll give a little bit more detailed information. And then just kind of talk a little bit about the brand opportunity too. And then we will close out. So hopefully I can do this in like 5 minutes or less. But for time's sake purposes, you all know who I am. I'm Shannon. I'm one of the founders of Targeted Skin, born and raised Phoenician, and just really always been kind of well, I shouldn't say always, because I probably 10 years ago, I didn't really use skincare products, which was terrible. But, I was at that point where I just kind of used everything and anything I could get my hands on. And whether it was really going to work for me or not, I tried it. So I ended up obviously having a ton of products, half empty bottles or half full bottles in my, cupboard or medicine cabinet, and, kind of just wasting those products, wasting those dollars really. So, my background has been in genetic testing. And so when this opportunity kind of came to me, it really was just the best of both worlds. Not only did I get to share my love and passion that I discovered for genetic testing, but it was also a part of, an industry of beauty and fashion and everything that I've come to love and enjoy. So kind of marrying the two really gave me the best of both worlds. So I feel very fortunate to be a part of this company and doing what we're doing and really truly helping, revolutionize skincare just as a whole. So to give you a little bit of background just on the owners of this company. So Dan Riley, Dr. Chris Graff, as well as Ryan Dienst are the three owners of Targeted Skin. I've worked for them for the past 4 years or so, like I said, in the genetic testing space. And we've really been in this lab space, genetic testing space for quite some time now. So it really is our wheelhouse. It's where our expertise is. We just didn't decide to create a genetic testing skincare company, but the genetic side has really been something that we've been familiar with, we've been experts in, we've taken it to market and been one of the first companies to do so with physicians. So it only seemed right and meant to be that we would also, pair some skincare products with it and get into what's known as $1 billion industry in the skincare world and really help revolutionize that industry. So combined between those three guys and their teams, we have done over 100,000 genetic tests combined. Now that's from pharmacogenetics, so genetic testing for medications, that is cancer genomics, so cancer screenings, some of the skincare too as well. And so like I mentioned before, this genetic space is really been our wheelhouse, and it is our specialty. So, and really, Targeted Skin was designed to take that guesswork out of selecting the right products that work. I mean, we all know the feeling of shopping for skincare products that's just very confusing. It's very crowded. It's very saturated. So we just figured, why not create a better, more sophisticated way and more educated way, really, to making better overall skin health decisions. And so, if you think about it, your skin is your largest organ. And so now if there's a genetics test to really see what you can do to treat it and to take care of it, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to do that? So how does it work? You're probably wondering, what's the process? So it is a one-time test. And what the process is, we take one of these DNA tests here, and inside is a swab. So we take a swab of the inside of your cheek. We ship it back to the lab. Inside here is a prepaid UPS label that you literally just send it right back to. So there's no cost in shipping this out to you or shipping it back to the lab. Once it's received at the lab, it takes about 10 business days to process the sample, analyze the results, and report back to you. Once your results are completed, then your products that are prescribed to you, which we'll talk about in just a moment, are shipped to you with the report and your box of products. So everything is shipped together. So you'll get your results and your box of products all together. In the test and in the report that you get, we evaluate 15 different SNPs, they're called SNPs, single nucleopolymorphisms. I don't expect you to remember that, but what they are basically variants in your genes. Those 15 SNPs are correlated to 5 different categories. Those categories are firmness and elasticity, sun damage and pigmentation, sensitivity, free radical damage, and glycation. Each one of those 5 categories, you're going to be ranked high, medium, or low risk. And then based upon your percentage and the high, medium, or low risk, we put you into an algorithm, or not you, but your results, I should say. That kind of sounded a little scary. But we use our proprietary algorithms to decipher which products to pair with you. And so that's really how it works. So you run the test, it gets analyzed, the algorithm spits out then what products you should be using, and it'll give it to you on the back page of your report. And then your report, as well as those products that are prescribed to you, if you will get shipped directly to you. And then beyond that is just ordering as you need. So there's no, requirement as far as how many products. You don't have to reorder your whole entire kit again. I know some other companies out there make you do that, but it's just order what you need when you need it. And the products last about probably 2 months, even 3 months, as was mentioned earlier. So in regards to the products, as much as I love our genetics tests, and I really do, that's obviously our, that's obviously our kind of game changer. But I'm really proud of the quality of the products and the integrity of the products themselves. All of the products are derived from a natural ingredient, a natural source. We do source organic ingredients whenever possible, but they're not 100% organic. Meaning not all of the ingredients are organic, but the ones that are organic, they're 100% organic. They're all free from parabens or phthalates, which parabens are a preservative or an additive, and they mimic an estrogen. And so they've known to cause different cancers or even reproductive issues. And then phthalates are synthetic fragrances. So all of the fragrances that you smell in the products come from that natural raw ingredient. So if that's minty smell or citrus smell, those all are derived from the natural ingredients. 19 out of 21 of the products are gluten-free, and they're all made here in the United States, not tested on animals, all that good stuff. So in order to get started, there's 2 ways that you can do that. Well, actually there's 3. But to get started with your DNA test, there's a DNA test plus 3-product kit, which that pricing is $249, and that's going to get you your results, your genetic test results, as well as your cleanser, your serum, and your moisturizer based upon your DNA. And then we have the expanded kit, which is those 3, as well as either your serum, it's your cleanser, your toner or your scrub, your genetic-based serum, as well as your AM moisturizer and your night cream. And then obviously the third option is if you just want to buy, start with one of our non-genetic products, you can always, try out the extreme peptide serum or the vitamin A serum or the sunscreen or whatnot. It is a one-time test. The products do last 2+ months. And like I mentioned, you order when you need it. You order what you need when you need it. So 3 options for getting started is we have just a regular retail customer. There's no discounts, but no, reorder requirements there. You just pay the retail pricing. And then there is a preferred customer, which gets 10% off products. And they also, if their auto ship is over $75, you get free shipping too as well. That requirement is just 1 product a month. If you don't need to order that month, you can certainly push it off a month or so. It's not really a strict or stringent program. And then obviously there is the brand representative, which if you love our products and you want to get paid to share it with other people and make some money in the meantime, then that's how you can do it, is becoming a brand representative. As a brand rep, we get 20% off of products off of the retail pricing. So we get wholesale price. And we can make commission on what we sell to our customers and or our brand reps. And so blanketed commission is 20% of whatever you sell, really just across the board. And then if you start to build out a team, there's certain percentages that you can make on building out a team as well. That's a very basic explanation. It does get a little bit more detailed than that, but just remember, you make 20% off of whatever you sell. So for instance, if you sell a DNA test plus 5-product kit, that's a $349 price tag, you'll make $70 on that. And then if a customer orders products beyond that, you just continue to make the 20%. What I think is so fascinating and so wonderful about becoming a brand representative is just mainly the fact of, well, there's 2 things. I mean, we obviously offer something that's so unique and so different. There's so many other skincare companies out there and oil companies out there that are all doing the same type of thing. And while we are offering products that are wonderful, we're offering something different that comes from a more educated standpoint of giving people the ability to make informed decisions about how they direct their dollars towards their skincare. And really know that it's going to work and that it's going to be what they need, versus just kind of guessing and taking opinions from other people. So we're really helping people make better and informed decisions by this revolutionary genetics test. And the other reason is I think that there is a window of opportunity right here and right now to be a part of something in the beginning processes, in the beginning phases. And I have been a part of some pretty phenomenal companies, and, I've been very blessed to work with them in their beginning stages. But I truly feel like we're on the brink of something extremely, extremely special here that, it's a long-term, game plan. This is not a get rich quick type of situation. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some dedication. It's going to take setting aside the time to talk to people. It's going to take not giving up when someone tells you no, because they're not telling you no. They're just, they probably have some reason as to why they can't do it right now. So it's not because of you. It's probably just put it on the company. It's probably because they, don't have the dollars right now or have to use up other products or whatever the case may be. But don't, you got to think of this as a long-term process. And I have no doubt in my mind that we are going to be forever the company that is really at the top. I mean, I would love to see us be the Mary Kay of the industry at some point. And I know that we can do that, and I know we can get there. But, we're at, like I said, it's this window of opportunity where we have probably, I know on my team, there's only 50 brand representatives and maybe half of them are actually active. So, I know in Amy's team as well, there's, maybe a few more than that. But again, like I said, I mean, this is the beginning of something extremely special and, definitely worth taking the opportunity to dive in and strike while the iron's hot. or fire is hot. I don't know how you say that, but you get what I'm saying. But to become a brand representative, it's really just about, you would definitely want to order your DNA test, get the 305 product kit. There's a $50 annual enrollment fee, and then just $12 a month. There's no product requirements. You don't have to order a bunch of product and keep it at your house to sell. Everything is just done online through your customers. So there's no sort of rules or regulations surrounding that. It's just really an enrollment fee, and then your $12 a month that you pay for your Airo, which is our back office system. And that's really it. So I think I've got about 3 minutes before this thing cuts me off because I don't pay for it. So it gives me, I think, 45 minutes to do a call. So if anybody has any questions, I think we can still continue, but I think I'll just stop recording at that point. But please, if you have any questions, fire away. I would love to answer them for you right now.
Shannon, this is Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
I know I have been super busy this summer, and I have not read anything. I haven't had time. But anyway, what's going on as the promotions right now? Are we still at this $249 for 3 product and $349 for the 5 product, and this sunscreen promotion is still going on?
Sunscreen promotion is still going on. Yep, exactly.
And do you know how long it'll be that we're going to stay at $349 and $249?
I have a feeling it's going to be continual for a long time.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I think it should be continual for a long time. Okay. Again, guys, if this cuts us off, then I'm sorry. It only gives me about 40 minutes to do the calls. But the sunscreen promotion is still 10% off for retail customers, 20% off for preferred customers, and then it's 30% off for us.
Perfect. Thanks.
Yeah, you bet. Anybody else have any questions?
I mean, I just
Okay.
don't. Should I ask her?
Yeah.
Shannon.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Sherry. What is the shelf life on each of these products? Is it all the same?
Yeah. So that's a great question. They are, because they are in the airtight bottles, and that was the reason why we chose the bottling and the packaging that we did. I know some people are like, well, I can't see or feel or anything, I don't know, if the products are still, or how much is in the products. You can't really see the levels. I mean, you can tell by the heaviness of it, but the shelf life of the products is about 2 years.
Oh, longer than I thought.
Yeah, and it's because they're in an airtight packaging.
My only problem with the bottles is seeing what actually is in it because the print is so small. So I took a black marker and wrote on the side of my bottles whether it's AM, PM,
Okay,
or whatever, because I can't tell which one it is.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah, for sure. And as we develop as a company, I'm sure that'll be something that we address. But that was sort of our first